Good evening. This is Tom Chuckworth reporting on the unprecedented calamity befalling Britain's gardens. From John O'Groats to Land's End, gardeners are facing a season of unparalleled strife. The culprit? A wayward Atlantic jet stream that's thrown our summer into disarray. Reports indicate that vegetables are refusing to reach maturity, with garlic and onions remaining stubbornly diminutive. Strawberry yields have plummeted, and a plague of slugs threatens to overwhelm our nation's tender seedlings. In these dark times, we must ask, is this the end of British gardening as we know it? This is Tom Chuckworth, British Garden Radio.
Well, old Tom there certainly has a flair for the dramatic, doesn't he? Welcome everyone to my actual garden of 2024. And while things aren't quite as apocalyptic as our friend made out, I've got to admit, this hasn't been the easiest growing season. Let me give you a tour of what's really going on here. As you can see, our jet stream troubles have indeed made for some interesting gardening challenges. Here's our allium bed. Yes, they're small, but they're mighty. Or at least that's what I keep telling myself. These garlic and onions just haven't taken off this year, but they're still growing, albeit slowly. And here are our strawberries. They may not be abundant, but each berry is a little treasure. We've had significantly less fruit than normal, but hey, it makes each strawberry all the more special, right? Ah, and here's evidence of our slimy friends. The slugs have certainly been having a field day. They've been particularly vicious this year, decimating many of my younger plants. It's been a constant battle to keep them at bay. As you can see, the overall growth has been slower than usual. The jet stream being further south this year means we've had less warmth and sunlight than we're used to in a typical British summer. And let's face it, those aren't exactly known for their tropical conditions to begin with. While we haven't had more rain than usual, what we have had is an abundance of cloud cover. It's been like living under a grey blanket for weeks on end. Our plants have been desperately reaching for what little sunlight manages to peek through. Just look at these beans. They're usually quite robust, but this year they're looking a bit leggy and pale. That's what happens when plants don't get enough sunshine. They stretch out, searching for light, and often end up weaker as a result. And my poor sunflower, which usually basks in full sun and is twice my height, has been sulking all season. It's as if it's waiting for a summer that just doesn't exist. But it's not all doom and gloom. Look at these potatoes. They're actually thriving in these conditions. It goes to show that there's always a silver lining if you look hard enough. You know, when I planned this video, I thought it would be all about failure. But walking around, I'm realizing something. This garden isn't a failure. It's a testament to resilience. Sure, it's not perfect, but what in nature ever is? This challenging season is teaching me a lot about patience. Gardening is always a lesson in waiting, but this year has really put that to the test. It's also been a masterclass in adaptability, finding creative solutions to deal with less than ideal growing conditions, persistent cloud cover, and slug invasions. Perhaps most importantly, it's reminded me of the joy of celebrating small victories. That first ripe tomato, it felt like winning the lottery. Those tiny garlic bulbs. Each one is a triumph over adversity. So, while this probably won't be the abundant harvest we dreamed of, it's been a season rich in lessons. And isn't that what gardening is really about? Learning, growing, and connecting with nature, even when nature throws us a curveball or two, or in this case, a whole basket of them. Remember, fellow gardeners, there's always next year. And who knows? Maybe this struggle will make next year's successes all the sweeter. Until then, keep getting your hands dirty, stay patient, and find joy in every little sprout and bloom. Now, before you go, I'd love to hear about your gardening experiences this year. Have you faced similar challenges? Or perhaps you've discovered some clever solutions? Drop a comment below and share your stories. And if you found this video helpful or entertaining, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. I'll be sharing updates on how this garden progresses, along with tips and tricks I learn along the way. Oh, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you don't miss any future gardening adventures or misadventures, as the case may be. Remember, we're all in this together, so let's keep growing, learning, and supporting each other through the sunny days and the cloudy ones. Until next time, thanks for watching and happy gardening.